Okay. Good evening, all. I hope that you are fine there. Tonight we are going to discuss or to review our last meeting. Okay, yang kemarin kita kan ada pertemuan di KDI, but most of you didn't come at the time. Banyak yang nggak datang. Maybe you were busy. I understand what you face now. Okay. Last time we discussed about narrative text again because this kind of text is very important. Okay. Tapi tunggu dulu, ini bisa dengar suara saya kan? Can you hear my voice? Okay. If you can't hear my voice, please tell me. Please let me know. Okay. So I need to tell you about narrative text. So a narrative text is a story. Jadi narrative text itu adalah sebuah cerita that contain complication, yang ada komplikasi and problematic events, dan dalam komplikasi itu ada problem, and then in narrative text, besides complication and problem, we have also resolution. Resolution itu artinya pemecahan masalah atau jalan keluar. Jadi resolution to solve the problem. So the purpose of narrative text is to amuse or to entertain the reader with the story. Jadi to amuse dan to entertain itu artinya menghibur the reader, pembaca, dengan cerita tersebut. Okay? So you have to remember that in narrative text, bahwa sebuah naratif teks itu adalah cerita yang mengandung komplikasi atau problem, dan ada resolusi dari problem itu, resolusi to solve, untuk memecahkan, to solve the problems. Okay, let's continue. And then actually there are many kind of text. Ada report text, ada spoof, ada explanation, ada description, and one of them is narrative text. So, how can we differentiate among those texts? Jadi gimana kita membedakan di antara teks-teks tersebut? So, the way is, caranya adalah by identifying generic structure, dengan mengidentifikasi generic structure. So each text has their own generic structure. Jadi setiap teks itu punya generic structure masing-masing. Now we can see the generic structure of narrative text. The first is orientation. Namanya juga orientasi, berarti perkenalan, awal, pembukaan. So in general, orientation is usually located in the first paragraph. Jadi orientasi itu, generic structure orientasi itu ada di awal paragraf. So it introduces who means participants atau karakter atau pemerannya siapa, the specific participants, and then where, di mana, when, kapan, what, apa yang terjadi. Jadi sebagai pengantar cerita, just the introduction or the orientation. Okay, that's about orientation. The second is complication. Namanya juga komplikasi, berarti ada problem. So complication is the core. The core itu atau inti sebuah teks naratif. Jadi kalau kalian membaca cerita, so if you read the text, you can find that there's a complication. So that's one of the characteristic of narrative text. And then after that, we can find orientation, complication, and finally is resolution. Nah, because dalam narrative text, kalau ada problem atau komplikasi, it is exactly there is resolution. Resolution can be happy, can be sad. Jadi resolusinya bisa happy ending, bisa sad ending. Kemarin kita discuss itu ada koda itu optional, tapi kita jarang temukan. Jadi the most important point is the three: orientation, complication, and resolution. Okay, so you have to remember there are three generic structures Pertama orientasi. Orientasi itu menjelaskan tentang who itu siapa spesifik partisipannya atau spesifik karakternya, di mana, mengenai tempat, when, kapan, and also what sebagai introduction. And then complication, namanya juga complication adalah masalah, dan dalam dan setelah itu ada resolusi. Oke, iya, repeat yang kemarin karena I repeat this because most of you didn't come. Just a glance, that's okay. Okay, and then the second characteristic is language features yang berhubungan dengan grammar. Pertama itu focus on specific character. Jadi karakter dalam narrative text itu lebih spesifik namanya. Misalnya Cinderella, ini spesifik. Kalau misalnya generalnya itu mungkin girl, woman. Jadi kalau dalam narrative text itu lebih spesifik ke nama. Okay? And the second is menggunakan past tense. Contohnya ada killed, ini adalah regular, ini yang menggunakan kata kerja beraturan, dan ini drunk yang tidak beraturan. Okay? And the third is adverb of time. Because this is narrative, karena ini cerita, so the adverb of time should be past. Okay? Harus yang lewat, misalnya once upon a time, one day. Jadi ini harus keterangan waktu yang sudah lewat. Namanya juga cerita. And then time conjunction. Time conjunction misalnya when, then, suddenly. Jadi when, suddenly, ini adalah contoh dari time conjunction. Nanti kita bisa lihat ini di dalam cerita. I'll show you. And then action verb. Action verb misalnya kill, dog, walk. Pokoknya yang melakukan aksi yang ada reaksinya. That is called action verb. And then the last is relational process atau mental process, misalnya to be, karena ini narrative tadi kan pakai past tense, so the be must be, was, and were. And then mental process itu felt, shame, yang tidak ada reaksi. Okay, we can see the example. Okay, I want to tell you this. So there are kind of narrative text. Ada banyak contoh-contoh cerita naratif. Misalnya narrative text in fable tentang binatang, yang bicara tentang binatang. Ini contohnya, nanti PowerPoint-nya ada. Nanti ini PowerPoint-nya ini I have shared this PPT on our Facebook and on our group. And then about man and animal, and then about love story and the legends, and then this also belongs to legend, but it's about cerita rakyat. Okay, so this is the example of narrative text. Ini contoh narrative text Snow White. Tadi kalian ada catatan kecil nggak di situ? Yang tadi yang generic structure, it's about generic structure dan language feature-nya. Ada catatan kecil kan? Ini ada once upon a time. Ini adverbial of time-nya. Ini adalah specific participant. Okay? Snow White. Okay, Snow White. Jadi let's analyze this. Jadi generic structure-nya yang orientation adalah ini. So this is orientation. This belongs to orientation. Tadi kan ada 3. Ada orientation, ada complication, and resolution. Okay? This is orientation because orientation talk about who, when, where, and what. Jadi awal orientasi, namanya juga orientasi, seperti orientasi mahasiswa baru, berarti perkenalan awal. Okay, ada. So this is talk about who. Okay, this is talk about when, kapan. Okay, and then but the most important there should be when and who. Jadi yang paling utama itu adalah who, siapa, dan kapan. Okay, apa? So here we can see the kind of orientation. Jadi pertama ciri-cirinya Orientasi itu should be located in the first of paragraph. Jadi paragraf pertama. Okay, so this is orientation. And then let's see the complication. The second generic structure is complication. Conflict, masalah. Okay, one day she heard her aunt and uncle talking about leaving Snow White in the castle because they wanted to go to America and they didn't have enough money to take Snow White with them. Jadi dia mendengar bahwa Bibi dan pamannya akan meninggalkan dia. Bibi dan pamannya akan pergi ke Amerika dan dia akan tinggalkan karena mereka tidak mempunyai uang. Okay? And then itu adalah salah satu problemnya. And then Snow White didn't want her uncle and aunt to do this, so she decided to run away. The next morning she ran away from home when her aunt and uncle were having breakfast. She ran away into the wood. So we can see that she ran away. Jadi kita bisa lihat di sini konflik yang muncul lagi, yaitu the problem is that finally after she got that her aunt and her uncle will leave for America, she ran away. Okay, and then in the woods she felt very tired and hungry. Okay, dia merasa tired itu lelah, hungry itu lapar, and then she saw this cottage. This cottage itu maksudnya sebuah tempat seperti penginapan. Okay, she knock itu mengetuk. Lihat ini ada bentuk past tense. You have to remember past tense. But no one answered, so she went inside and fell asleep. Meanwhile, 7 dwarfs were coming. Dwarfs itu kurcaci. Were coming home from work. They went inside. There they found Snow White woke up. She showed the dwarfs. The dwarfs said, "What's your name?" Snow White said, "My name is Snow White." One of the dwarfs said, "If you wish, you may live here with us." Snow White told the whole story about her. Then Snow White and the 7 dwarfs lived happily ever after. Jadi resolusinya yang mana? One of the dwarfs said, "If you wish, you may live here with us." Jadi itu resolusi jalan keluarnya. Because tadi dia sudah lari ke hutan, dia tidak ada tempat untuk tinggal, dan finally one of the dwarfs said, "If you wish, you may live here with us." Jadi this is resolution. Jadi inilah resolusinya. Dia tinggal dengan para kurcaci. So this is about generic structure. So it's easy. You can see the first paragraph as orientation. Okay. Resolusi jalan keluar. Okay. Resolusi jalan keluar. Okay. Pemecahan masalah. Sama itu dengan solusi. Apa sih solusinya? Apa sih resolusinya? Sometimes kita menggunakan istilah itu. Okay. And then this talk about, so after the orientation, it is exactly about the problem and about the complication. Dalam komplikasi itu ada problem. Okay, so we can see, and then in the end of the paragraph we can find the resolution. Jadi itu ciri-cirinya. In the end of the paragraph we can find the resolution. Okay, so this talk about generic structure, and then about language feature. Tadi language feature itu adalah pertama itu bercerita tentang specific participants. Jadi specific participants adalah Snow White. So the specific participant is Snow White. Okay, and then using past. Okay, past berarti menggunakan past tense. We can see lived. Ini adalah contoh kata kerja dalam bentuk past. Okay, menggunakan apa lagi tadi? Do you still remember? Okay, let's check the language features. Past tense, adverb of time, once upon a time. Adverb of time, time conjunction. and then action verb. Okay. Let's see. This is adverb of time. Once upon a time, one day. Okay. And then adverb of time itu keterangan waktu. And then time conjunction. Time conjunction itu bisa went. We can see went. Okay. And then action verb atau material. Okay. Action verb run. Okay. This one we can see also run. And then relational process itu contohnya was, were. Ini adalah salah satu contoh relational process. Okay, so this is talking about language features. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, I want to tell you about this one also. Okay, so here the explanation. So this is the explanation. Okay, orientation introducing specific participant. Jadi specific participant adalah Snow White. Complication itu revealing itu mengungkapkan, revealing a series of problems which lead to crisis. Misalnya contohnya tadi Snow White's aunt and uncle would leave her in the castle. Snow White ran away. Snow White felt hungry in the wood. Resolusinya, resolusi itu the crisis is resolved. Maksudnya krisisnya bisa dipecahkan atau dicari jalan keluar. The dwarfs permitted Snow White live in their cottage, live happily. Mengizinkan Snow White tinggal di cottage mereka dan mereka hidup dengan bahagia. So this is the identification, the analyzing of the generic structure of Snow White. Okay. Okay, do you have any questions so far? Siapa yang mau bertanya? Do you have any questions so far about the generic structure of narrative text? Okay. Others, do you have any question? No? Okay. Okay. You can see the example. If you don't know, you can ask me later. Okay. Okay, I want to emphasize this. In narrative text, we use simple past tense, and then using, kalau bercerita tentang simple past tense itu bisa dia past tense, bisa juga past continuous. Let me show you. This is past continuous. Yang kemarin kita udah discuss tentang simple past tense, ini adalah past continuous. So we can see the tense in the narrative text that using past continuous. Okay, we can see that. You can see that later. Jadi di dalam narrative text juga menggunakan using past continuous. Past lewat, continuous berarti berlangsung. Jadi sesuatu yang sedang dilakukan pada waktu lampau. Oke, jadi dia menggunakan ing dan menggunakan juga bentuk past. So here are the kinds of rule that we want to use past continuous tense. First, a continuous action in the past which is interrupted by another action or time. Oke, jadi kegiatan yang sedang berlangsung di masa lampau yang which is interrupted, yang diganggu oleh another action, tindakan yang lain pada waktu yang sama, or a time, dalam suatu waktu. Okay? Contoh, I was taking a bath when the telephone rang. Saya sedang mandi ketika telepon berbunyi. So this is the characteristic when. Kita menggunakan time conjunction when. Jadi ini namanya induk kalimatnya, atau disebut juga independent sentence. Ini adalah anak kalimatnya atau dependent sentence. Okay, so this is independent sentence, this is dependent sentence. So independent sentence should consist of to be and verb ing. To be nya adalah bentuk past. To be should be was or were. Jadi to be-nya dalam bentuk was atau were, dan kata kerja berbentuk ing. So this is independent sentence, and this is dependent sentence atau anak kalimat. Anak kalimatnya should be in simple past. Okay, anak kalimatnya harus dalam bentuk simple past tense. Ini dia. Kalau simple past tense, you have to be able to differentiate simple past tense, subject, verb to. Kalau past continuous, subject, to be, dan verb ing. Oke, jadi ini mengatakan the past continuous. The past, ini mengatakan the past. Continuous, ini mengatakan dia continuous. Ciri-ciri continuous itu adalah kata kerja berbentuk ing. So, this is the characteristic of continuous, berlangsung. Oke, at 3 o'clock I was working. Jadi, at 3 o'clock ini juga bisa kita gantikan dengan anak kalimat. Misalnya, when the telephone rang I was working. Ini juga bisa kita pindahkan ke depan, misalnya. Okay. When the telephone rang. Okay, wait. When the telephone rang, I was taking a bath. Okay. So when the telephone rang, I was taking a bath. Ini dia kalau anak kalimatnya di depan harus ada koma. We should put koma. Okay. But okay. But here I was taking a bath when the telephone rang. Can you see the difference? Bisa lihat perbedaannya. So this is the difference. If the dependent sentence in front, kalau jadi anak kalimatnya di depan pakai koma, habis anak kalimat koma, kedua itu ini harus you have to remember I should be in capital. Kalau penulisan I harus huruf besar ya. And then ini namanya tadi induk kalimat. Induk kalimatnya di depan diikuti oleh anak kalimat. Okay. Can you see the difference? Bisa? Jadi this is the subject, verb, subject, to be, verb ing. Ini pelengkapnya, taking a bath-nya. Okay, good. And then the second is for two action which happen at the same time. Iya, dibalik bisa. Jadi namanya ini dibalik. Jadi kalau kita mau membalik ini harus seperti ini bentuknya ya. Jadi kita, don't forget to put comma here. Okay. And you have to remember kalau induk kalimat itu nggak usah pakai koma karena sudah ada when di sini, time conjunctionnya, time conjunction when. So we don't need comma here, but here we need comma because actually it can be said this is two sentence. This is independent sentence, induk kalimat. This is dependent sentence, anak kalimat. Jadi kalau anak kalimatnya di depan, ingat anak kalimat itu harus berbentuk simple past dan ini induk kalimat berbentuk past continuous. Okay. Ini simple past, ini past continuous. Ini past continuous, ini simple past. Ingat when, ini dia when. Ini disebut dengan anak kalimat. Ini disebut dengan anak kalimat. Okay. You got it? Do you have any questions so far about this? Okay. Okay, let's continue. For two action which happen at the same time in the past. Dua kegiatan yang berlangsung pada waktu yang sama di waktu lampau. dua kegiatan yang sedang berlangsung di waktu lampau. I was watching TV and he was reading. Ini kita bisa menggunakan while. Oke, while-nya seperti ini. Misalnya, for example, I was teaching English and they were listening to me. Okay. Jadi misalnya kemarin hari Minggu kemarin itu saya sedang mengajar bahasa Inggris dan mereka sedang mendengarkan saya. Jadi dua kegiatan yang berlangsung pada waktu yang sama itu menggunakan and, atau juga bisa menggunakan while yang seperti ini, while. Oke. Kita bisa mengganti and menjadi ini artinya sementara mereka sedang. Oke. So for two action which happen at the same time. Jadi kalau dua kegiatan yang berlangsung pada waktu yang sama di masa lampau, dua-duanya berbentuk past continuous. Ini past continuous. Jadi semuanya ini induk kalimat, ini namanya simple sentence. Kalau ini ada induk kalimat, anak kalimat. Kalau ini semuanya yang bisa ini namanya independent sentence, dependent sentence. Kalau ini independent sentence. So both of our independent sentence. Independent sentence. Here is conjunction. Ini namanya time conjunction. So we can replace this by while. Okay. And then the last is di sini from this part. Do you have any question about this? No? Okay. Now let's continue. The third is an annoying and repeated action in the past, usually with always. Jadi ini kegiatan yang sering kita lakukan pada masa lampau, repeated. Okay. Yang pada waktu masa lampau, he was always leaving the tap running. Okay. Jadi ini kita gunakan, ini satu kalimat. Jadi he di sini menggunakan was, always. Jadi always ini salah satu ciri repeated. Okay. Repeated. Jadi di sini we use was karena subjeknya he. Jadi kalau ada kegiatan yang, so if you have any activity or action that you used to have in the past, yang sering kamu lakukan di masa lampau, kalau kamu ingin mengatakannya sekarang, you have to use this kind of sentence. Boleh menggunakan ini. He was always leaving the tap running. Okay. So the B is, jadi to be yang digunakan untuk simple past continuous was where. Okay. Was where. Was, kalau was itu untuk she, he, it, I, nama orang juga misalnya John. And then where can use you, they, we, people. Okay. Sister and I. Okay. So this is the way we can use was or where. You have to remember these are the subjects: she, he, it, I, you, they, we. These are called subject. So if the subject she, we use to be was, he was, it was, I was, John was. You were, they were, we were, people were, sister and I were. Okay. Do you have any question? So we can continue the next meeting. Okay. Okay, thank you. If you are not clear yet, don't feel reluctant, just ask me. So I mean here, misalnya kan the subject misalnya bisa people. Misalnya the people were, okay, jadi people di sini were sitting on the bench. Okay. Bench people ini maksudnya orang-orang sedang duduk di atas kursi panjang. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You get it? Okay. Now, so this is the topic. This is the topic that we discussed last Sunday. Okay. Now we come to our topic. So this is our fourth meeting. So here we are going to discuss about, okay, in this section we will learn how to express giving and asking for opinion, express satisfaction and dissatisfaction, and review or report text. Kita akan review report text lagi. So here I want to emphasize that setiap jenis teks kita akan review 2 kali ya. Setiap teks yang kita bahas, misalnya naratif, kita akan review 2 kali. Okay. Oke, yang mana coba? Miss mau tanya, kalau students or children itu pakai were atau pakai was? Oke, kalau students, oke. Students atau children itu using were. Karena apa? Dia plural, jamak. Oke, jamak. Oke. Kalau dia jamak, ini pakai plural. You juga pakai plural. Oke. Ini jamak ini. So if the subject is plural, we have to use were. Oke. Were. Karena dia lebih dari 1. Oke. Mbak Santi, did you get it? Okay. Okay, now we continue. I think, but so I have to emphasize that if the subject is plural, we have to use were. Okay. Ya, Mbak Santi. Let's continue. Oke. Mbak Santi sudah ya? Kalau children, Mbak Santi, children itu tidak pakai S. Oke, I want to tell you this, oke. Child. Children. Oke. So, ini singlenya, ini pluralnya. Seperti kalau misalnya orang, person, people. Oke. Ini namanya ini namanya tunggal, ini jamak, tunggal jamak. Oke. Oke. Okay, now we go back to our topics. So, in this topic, we are going to discuss about expressing, giving, and asking for opinion. Jadi, memberi dan meminta opinion, pendapat. Jadi, satisfaction and dissatisfaction, rasa puas dan tidak puas. So, we are going to review or report text again. Okay. First, I want to ask uh, Mbak Tox, aku manggilnya Mbak Tox ya. Okay, please, what do you say if you want to ask your friend's opinion? Wait, I activated the microphone. What do you say if you... Yeah? I can hear your voice. Yes, of course. I can hear you clearly. Yeah, number one, what do you say if you want to ask your friend's opinion? Jadi, about anything, what kind of topic? Maybe you want to buy clothes. For example, you want to buy a clothes. So, okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Mbak. And then Mbak Kuan Ami, aku manggilnya Mbak Ami aja ya. The second, what do you say if you want to give an opinion in a meeting? Hello. Yes, of course, I can hear your voice. Yeah. Iya. Hmm. Once again, please. Once again, please. Just slow, lambat aja ya, lambat. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Mbak. Okay. And then, okay. Do you use the same expression? Okay, I want to ask Mbak Kuan dulu lagi. Wait. Do you use the same expression when you are speaking to your teacher and to your classmate? Number 3. Okay. Okay, thank you, Mbak. Okay, this is just interaction activity. And then I want to ask Mbak Mini. Okay, kayaknya baru masuk deh. Okay, no. Oh, Mbak Santi. Oh, Mbak Lala dulu, Mbak Lala. Mbak Lala number 4. Okay. What do you say after you have got what you want? Oh, ya udah Mbak Santi aja ya. Mbak Santi nomor 4. What do you yeah, hello. I can hear a voice. So, what do you say after you have got what you want? Jadi apa yang kamu katakan setelah kamu sudah mendapatkan apa yang kamu inginkan? Ya, halo. Yes, I can hear. Iya, mungkin dikasih orang kan, maybe you got maybe a prize from someone or a gift from someone. So what will you say? Oke, thank you gitu ya. Oke, thank you Mbak Santi. And then the last is Mbak Kusnul Fatima dulu. Mbak Fatima. Oh no, dia menggunakan tablet. Mbak Ayu. How do you feel if you know that the adjudicator or jury is not fair in a contest? Mbak Ayu Mas Ayu. Iya, iya dengar nomor 5. How do you feel? Bagaimana perasaanmu jika kamu tahu bahwa juri tidak adil dalam sebuah kontes? Perasaannya gimana? How do you feel? Merasa kecewa, sedih, bahagia, apa? Merasa apa? So how do you feel? Sedih? Oke. Okay. Oh, kalau Mbak Ayu katanya sedih, kalau Mbak Santi disappointed, kalau Mbak Bol itu galau. Thank you. Okay, this is just interaction. Okay, now let's continue. So from this topic we are going to discuss about how you give opinion, how you want to ask your friends opinion, seperti itu. Okay. Okay, so these kinds of expression. Jadi ini adalah jenis-jenis ekspresi yang kita gunakan when we are asking for opinion, ketika kita meminta pendapat, asking for opinion. Ada yang dari start from more formal and less formal. Okay. And then iya, memang kalau bahasa Inggris itu aja yang dipelajari, Mbak. Okay. Hanya mungkin ada yang dia masih ada yang general, ada yang spesifik seperti itu, ada yang lebih dalam, benar. And then asking for opinion, what do you think of, what are your views, what's your opinion, is that right what I've done, what about, how about, so this kind of expression. Okay, this kind of expression. Okay. And then this expression that we use if we want to ask, meminta pendapat. Okay. And then this kind of opinion, this kind of expression if we want to give opinion, jika kita ingin memberi pendapat. Okay, from more formal up until to less formal. Okay, now I want to ask Mbak Bol, Mbak Tox Bol ya. Tadi kan, so I want to ask you, did you still remember what do you say if you want to ask your friends opinion? Jadi apa yang ingin kamu katakan? So use one of them. Jadi gunakan salah satu dari ini. So wait, the topic is that you want to buy a clothes. So you want to ask your friend's opinion about the clothes that you want to buy. So use one of these expression. Maybe, okay, wait, just, yeah, I can hear a voice. Maybe your friends, just say your name, friends. So to make it like more in the real life. Okay. Okay, good. Sekarang si Wawat. Okay, now Wawat, please respond her. Okay. Wawat, you are trying to giving opinion about what talks as to you. Mbak Wawat, are you still there? No. Okay. Later we'll discuss about this. Maybe she's busy. Okay. So I'm convinced that saya yakin bahwa. Okay. I consider that according to the expert, I blank 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 in my opinion, I think so, this kind of expressions. Okay, now we come to dialogue. Okay, I need a partner. Saya butuh seorang teman to read this. Okay, who wants to be my partner? Okay, Santi, Mbak Santi. Mbak Santi dulu ya, Mbak Tox. Mbak Santi. Okay, so I'm okay. Okay, Santi as Rudy and I'm as Nina. You can start 1, 2, 3, and Lydia as Talks Ball. Lydia, ya. Yeah, now 1, 2, 3, go. Now. This is now. I'm confused. Once again, I'm okay, good. Okay, now my turn. Tell us what it is. Okay, you again. Rudy again. Mm. Retired. Once again, retired. Once again. Okay, retired. Okay. But talks about serious problem. Serious. Okay, good. We still have. Don't say thank you. We still. Okay, and then Mbak Santi, Rudy, Lydia. Representative. Okay. Okay, now it's my turn. In my opinion, you have to remember, in my opinion, you can also request scholarship. I think you are the best. Rudy? Okay, good. Okay, good luck. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, so I want to ask Mbak Nengti. Mbak Nengti, can you identify the expression? Can you tell us the expression of asking for opinion and giving opinion from this conversation? But 90, wait, I need to activate. Okay. Yeah. Can you tell us the expression of asking for opinion? Ya, coba dari sini bisa nggak, dari percakapan ini bisa nggak kamu tahu, bisa nggak kamu bilang ke kita mana contoh ekspresi yang kita gunakan untuk meminta pendapat dan memberi pendapat? Okay. Next. Retired. Did you mean this one? 3 months ago. 3 months. 3 months ago. Pay. This is pay. Okay. Okay. So first I want to ask you. So which yang mana sih the example of asking for opinion, meminta pendapat. Okay, let's see this one. This is the example of asking for opinion. This is the example of giving opinion. Okay, you see? And now we go back to the page, to the dialogue. Okay. So can you tell me the expression of asking and giving opinion? Yang mana ekspresinya aja, jangan yang ciri yang mana? Once again. Yeah, how can I solve the problem? It can be. That's good. And then ini namanya asking for opinion. How can I solve the problem, ya? This is asking for opinion. And then okay, in my opinion, ini contoh apa? Asking or giving? Oh yeah, giving. Okay. So this kind of this is the example of how we ask and give opinion to our friends. How can I solve the problem? Ini giving opinion. In my opinion, seperti itu. Okay. Thank you, Mbak. So this kind of dialogue, jadi dalam dialog ini, from this dialogue we can identify the expression of asking and giving opinion. Okay. Okay, now I want to ask Mbak Nengtia dulu lagi. What did Rudy mean when saying I'm confused? Can you help me? What do you think? Atau what did Rudy mean when saying I'm confused? Can you help me? From this one. This one. So I'm confused. Can you help me? What did Rudy need here? I want to give you the clue. Apa? Yang mana saya? Which one? So here what I mean, I want to. What did Rudy mean? Apa maksud si Rudy? Apa maksudnya ketika mengatakan saya bingung, bisakah kamu membantu saya? Apa maksudnya di situ? So I want to give you two choice. Kenapa sayang? Yeah, he asked. So Rudy is asking for opinion. So opinion about maybe his friend has idea about what Rudy is going to do. Okay. So I'm confused. Can you help me? Jadi Mbak Amini benar, and then dia menghadapi masalah yang serius, and then he asked his friends opinion. So dari sini juga ada, ini namanya can you help me. Ini juga salah satu contoh meminta pendapat. Okay. What did Lydia say when she was asked to find the solution? Apa yang dikatakan Lydia ketika dia diminta, was asked, diminta to find the solution, untuk apa yang dikatakan si Lydia? Ya, Arikon. Okay, let's see Arikon. Arikon is itu salah satu ekspresi giving opinion. Arikon ini salah satu ekspresi giving opinion. Okay, and then okay, and then, did Nina make a suggestion to Rudy? How do you do? Mbak Amini, I want to ask you, did Nina make a suggestion to Rudy? Can you speak? I would like to hear your voice. Okay. Nggak bisa. Mbak Santi, can you? Okay, Mbak Amini, pertanyaannya, did Nina make a suggestion to Rudy? How do you know? Oh, ada bos ya. Mbak Santi boleh? Okay, Mbak Santi. Wait, I need to. Okay, Mbak Santi. Hello. Okay, I would like. How do you know? Okay. Yes, that's correct. Because Nina gives or gave her opinion about, like, maybe requesting scholarship, something like that. Okay. Ya, nggak apa-apa Mbak Wawat, hati-hati. Thank you Mbak Santi ya. Okay, that's correct. Okay, now so this talk about asking and giving opinion. Okay, now we go to expression of satisfaction and dissatisfaction. Okay, puas dan tidak puas. Okay, so these are the examples of expressing satisfaction. I'm satisfied with, jadi artinya puas. I'm satisfied at, I'm glad, senang, with what you have done, dengan apa yang kamu lakukan. It's really satisfying. Everything was satisfying. And then these are the examples of expressing dissatisfaction. I'm not satisfied. Namanya juga this, berarti negatif. Okay, kebalikan dari satisfied. I'm not satisfied with, it isn't very nice, it's really not good enough. I'm dissatisfied by, it's dissatisfying. Oh no. Okay, so these are the example of expression of satisfaction and dissatisfaction. Mbak Mini, oh yeah, later actually I will ask your participation here. Don't feel sad. Okay. Okay, now Mbak Minzi, it's your turn now. Okay. Okay, can you be my partner? Hello? Okay, hello. Can you hear my voice? Dengar, dengar. I can hear a voice. Suaranya double. Yang ini conversation. Suaranya kok mantul ya? Oh, wait, Mbak Nimi enggak itu ya, enggak pakai headset ya. Suaranya double soalnya. Oke, I'm sorry, Mbak. Oke, sekarang oke, I'm waiting for you. Oke, can we start? Okay, now we continue. Banyak itu Mbak Neng Tia dulu. Mbak Neng Tia. Halo? Okay. You are my partner, okay? I'm as Mr. Hartono and you are as Mrs. Mutia, okay? Good morning, Mrs. Mutia. Welcome to Cirebon. I'm Hartono. I'm responsible to meet and take you to our institution. How was your trip from Jakarta to Cirebon? Very nice. It was very nice. Once again. No trouble. Annoyed. What happened? Any trouble on the train? Dissatisfied. Okay, dissatisfied. Once again. Wait, dissatisfied. Oh, slow, pelan-pelan. Dissatisfied. 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 This fight. Oke, begini caranya, Mbak. Wait ya, cara membacanya. Ini dissatisfied. Oke, dissatisfied. Udah? Dissatisfied, oke? Oke. Departure. The departure. Departure. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. By the way, are you ready to go to our university? Alright, ma'am. Okay. Ya, Mbak Wawat. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. So I want to ask, siapa tadi yang belum giliran? Mbak Natalia. Was Mrs. Mutia satisfied on the train? Mbak Natalia dulu menjawab. Oke. Ya, Mbak Wawat. Oke, yes. Mbak Natalia, was Mrs. Mutia satisfied on the train? Disimak tadi ya? Disimak nggak tadi percakapannya? Okay. Okay, that's okay. Hmm. Siapa lagi who wants to answer number 1 and number 2? One person for these two questions. Siapa yang mau? Who wants? Amini. Mbak Amini dulu deh. Oke, yang tadi. Ini Miss buka slide-nya. Mbak Amini ya yang jawab sekarang. So my question is, wait, I want to ask you, was Mrs. So you have to remember this question. Was Mrs. Mutia satisfied on the train? How do you know? Okay. Okay. How do you know? Okay, good. Okay. And number 2, what did Mrs. Mutia express her dissatisfaction before going to Cirebon? Why did Mrs. Mutia express her dissatisfaction before going to Cirebon? Okay, why? Before going to Cirebon, katanya sebelum ke Cirebon dia mengungkapkan perasaan tidak puasnya. Why? Why? Mbak Amini atau Mbak Santi? Yeah, because the service departure was not on time, tidak tepat waktu. Oke, jadi di sini so I want to ask Mbak Ami dulu. Mbak Ami nggak bisa di itu ya, Mbak Ami. What is the expression of satisfying and dissatisfaction here? Satisfaction and dissatisfaction. Mana ekspresi yang mengucapkan puas dan tidak puas dari percakapan ini? Please tell us. Mbak Ami, Kuan Ami. Pertanyaannya yang ini. Pertanyaannya, can you show us the expression of satisfaction and dissatisfaction from this conversation? Okay, can you show us? Can you tell us the expression of satisfaction and dissatisfaction from this conversation? Mana ekspresi yang menyatakan rasa puas, mana ekspresi yang menyatakan rasa tidak puas? Tadi Mbak Amini udah jawab yang puas. It was very nice. Itu rasa puas. Sekarang Mbak Kuan Ami tinggal jawab yang dissatisfaction, yang tidak puas. Mbak Amini, thank you ya. You are correct. Oke. Jadi mana ekspresi yang menyatakan dia tidak puas? So, which one the expression to show dissatisfaction? Jadi mana ya ekspresinya? So yeah, Mbak Santi benar, but I was dissatisfied. This one. Mbak Santi, thank you Mbak Santi. You are correct. Mbak Kuan Ami juga benar, cuman dia kurang tepat ya. Oke. Okay. Kurang tepat. Udah benar tapi kurang tepat. I just want to ask the expression. So this the example of expression. Oke. Okay. Ini contoh ekspresi tidak puas. Ini contoh ekspresi puas. It was very nice. Puas. Oke. Okay. Thank you Mbak Santi. Thank you Mbak Kuan. Oke. Okay. Nanti kita sampai jam 11.10 ya. Bisa ya, jam 11.10. Next week we will start, kita akan mulai lebih cepat. Okay. Okay, now we would like to review report text. Report text. Okay. Mbak Santi, can you read this text? Okay, Mbak Santi, can you read this text? Okay. Yeah, now this one. Wallaby. Which lives on the island. New Guinea. Okay, good. Now Mbak Talks paragraf 2 gantian. Nanti mereka berantem. Okay, paragraf 2. Kangaroos. "45 kilometers per hour." 45. Okay, good. Sekarang Mbak Amini. Okay, you can read now. Okay. Paragraph 3, this one. Halo, Mbak Amini. Oke. Mbak Amini kok nggak bisa ya? Oke, oke, Mbak Amini nggak itu ya, nggak. Oke, Mbak Kuan lah, Mbak Kuan Ami, paragraf ketiga. The third paragraph. Okay, you can start. Okay. Kangaroo. Kangaroo. Ini dibaca dibaca kangaroo. 1.60. One point. 60. 60. This is 60. 1.60 meters. Once again, this one. Okay, dari sini dulu, dari sini. The second sentence. A dot grow. Point. Ini point. Listen to me. 1.60 meters. Okay, this is called point. Okay, once again, 1.60 meters. Ini dibaca, Miss nggak dengar point. Coba ulangi sekali lagi, Miss kurang jelas tadi dengarnya. Once again. Meters. Okay, 90 kilos. Good. Okay, the last paragraph. Okay. Mbak Ayu. Coba Mbak Ayu. Okay, you can start. Mbak Ayu baca. Yeah, I can hear your voice. Yes. Udah. Yes. Kangaroos. Marsupials. Coba marsupials. Okay. Female. External. This is external, not external. External. Pouch. Okay, pouch. Okay. Tiny. Coba dibaca tiny. When it is born. Crawls. Ini crawls merangkak. Crawls. First. First 5 months of life. Once again, first 5 months of life. Okay. Mbak Ayu, once again. Once again. Yang ini, first 5 months of life. Yang ini, this one, bisa dilihat cursor miss nggak? Cursor miss yang ini, yang putih. It's first 5 months of life. Months, coba months. Okay. Okay, good, correct, thank you. Okay, thank you, Mbak. Okay, so this is the example of report text. Okay, so this is the example of report text. Last meeting we have discussed about report text. Now I want to review again another example of report text. So the social function or the purpose of report text is to describe the way things are with reference to a range of natural, man-made, and social phenomena in our environment. Jadi ini mendeskripsikan. Okay, generic structure-nya ada dua, as I told before. Okay, Mbak Santi, tugasnya kemarin saya nilai tapi belum selesai dikoreksi. Hari Jumat, this Friday I will tell you the result, okay? Because I need to give the comments or feedback, karena di dalam teksnya itu saya kasih feedback juga biar tahu salahnya di mana, okay? Okay, so as I told you before, there are two kinds of generic structure of report text: general classification and description. I want to ask Mbak Santi, do you still remember the generic structure of narrative text? Okay, please tell me. Generic structure of narrative text, do you still remember? Okay. Tadi awal pertemuan. Tadi awal pertemuan in the first meeting. Ada apa? Boleh. Okay. No, listen my question. Do you still remember the generic structure of narrative text? Do you still remember? Ada orientation, and then Mbak Amin udah bilang satu tuh, tapi yang satu itu bagian terakhir. There are three generic structure, right, of narrative text. Pertama orientation, yang kedua apa? The second? Do you still remember the second generic structure of narrative text? No? Complication. And the third is resolution. Okay, thank you Mbak Santi. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so here we are going to pronounce. Okay, wait. Okay, so this is the generic structure of report text. There are two: general classification and description. Okay, tadi kita bahas di awal pertemuan generic structure narrative text ada 3: orientation, ada complication, ada resolusi. Kalau report text ada general classification, ada description. Okay, now we are going to pronounce This is pronoun practice. So wallaby, okay, plant, adult. Jadi ini e-nya ini dibaca bunyi e-nya seperti bunyi emas. Emas jadi namanya eswa atau lemah. Ini heart, a, adult, okay. Marsupial, jadi ada 3 syllable. Okay, marsupial, okay. Pouch, pouch itu kantong. Tiny, tiny itu kecil. Crawl, crawl itu merangkak. Weight, weight itu bisa kata kerja atau bisa ini namanya kata benda, itu beratnya gitu ya. Oke. Kalau wallaby ini itu adalah jenis kanguru kecil. Oke, ini jenis kanguru kecil. So once again I want to read wallaby. Ini bunyi lemah, emas. Emas. Okay, wallaby, plant, adult, marsupial, okay, pouch, tiny, crawl, and weigh. Okay, you can repeat in your room. Okay, so tadi kalau narrative text we use past tense, but in report text we use simple present. Okay, simple present. So we use simple present to talk about activities that we repeat regularly, secara rutin. My mom and dad always watch my documentaries. Okay, permanent situation and state. Okay, permanent situasi yang tidak berubah. Permanent itu tidak berubah. Situasi atau keadaan yang tidak berubah. Okay, I don't like cheese. Saya tidak suka keju. And general truth, kebenaran. A doctor works in a hospital. Atau the sun sets in the west. Matahari terbenam di sebelah barat. So present simple atau simple present tense is used to tell the report text. Kalau kita ingin membuat report text, we have to use. Jadi kalimat yang kita gunakan menggunakan present simple. Okay. Okay. 5 minutes more. Mbak Ayu, 5 minutes more. Okay. Okay. Jadi dalam ini adalah adverbial time atau time adverbials di dalam simple present. Jadi kalau kalian jumpai ada keterangan waktu seperti ini dan kata kerjanya bentuk pertama, itu adalah simple present. Ada always, often, usually, sometimes, never, every day, every week, every year, twice a week, once a month, regularly, seldom, hardly ever, and occasionally. Okay, so this is the characteristic of simple present tense. Okay, Mbak Kwan. Okay, so these are the example, or these are the characteristic of simple present. Okay. Okay, so if you are going to report something, kalau kamu ingin membuat laporan tentang sesuatu, you have to use tense present. Okay, simple present tense. In positive, I live, ini adalah subjek, kata kerjanya bentuk pertama dan diikuti oleh komplement. Komplementnya bisa, it can be adverb of time, adverb of place. Ini namanya adverb of place. Okay, and then you can see this the subject. The subject ini kata kerja pertama. Ingat, subjek plus kata kerja pertama. Dan juga kalau subjeknya he, she, it. Misalnya contohnya. Okay. This is the example. She buys a novel twice a month. Okay. She buys a novel. Ini kata kerja pertamanya ditambah s. Karena apa? Subjeknya she. Jadi kalau subjeknya yang tunggal atau orang ketiga tunggal, kata kerjanya orang ketiga tunggal, kata kerjanya menggunakan s. Orang ketiga tunggal itu terdiri dari she, he, it, atau juga nama orang. Kata kerjanya menggunakan verb verb 1 plus s. Example, read become reads. Oke, ini contohnya. Read become reads. Oke, misalnya contohnya ini adalah bentuk positif. Sekarang kita bentuk negatif. Oke. Yes. Kak, jadi nanti Miss ada upload filenya, nanti ada contoh-contohnya. Oke, sebentar lagi Mbak. 5 menit lagi. Oke, 5 minutes more. Oke, ini contoh negatifnya. She doesn't buy a novel twice a month. Oke. Does she buy a novel twice a month? Okay, lihat, you can see this is the positive. She buys a novel twice a month. Buy plus s, ini bentuk negatif. Negatif berarti negation, ada not. Kita menggunakan kata kerja bantu does untuk present, dan kata kerjanya ini berubah ke bentuk pertama, buys menjadi buy, karena kita sudah pakai buys di sini. Untuk kata tanya, kata kerja bantunya atau auxiliary verbnya kita pindahkan ke depan. Does she buy a novel twice a month? Like that. Okay. Okay, I hope so, Mbak Santi. Okay. So this is the example of present tense. I think that's all for tonight. Okay, we can continue. We can discuss about this for the next meeting. Okay.